All right, May 4th, leg day. At this point, if you guys watching this video, you may already know that May is Enduro Month. I just wanted to elaborate on that a little bit as I didn't make a video for it. So just to be clear, Enduro Month is going to encompass everything, so all modalities. This doesn't mean, I know the first thought people have is immediate aerobic and a lot of aerobic work. And although we are going to lean in that a little bit more, it's also going to be on the weightlifting side. So reps are going to go up, volume is going to go up, expectations in longer metcons, AMRAPs, EMOMs, etc., are going to go up. And then the biggest one, which we land on pretty hard here today, is the combination of the two and your ability to transition or ping pong between the two and maintain some level of composure that allows you not only to maintain a certain amount of weight, ideally, a little bit on the heavier side, so you're not just totally succumbing to the aerobic stuff, but also, a nice little blend of the ability to maintain some level of output by finding those perfect distances that work for you, that keeps you out of like 60 to 70% range of output, which is way more towards the endurance side, and still keeps you still in like that 70, 75, maybe 80, depending on how the setup is on the output of the endurance side or the aerobic side. So we're going to blend it a little bit. This is a good day for it. You got 10-minute metcons right here, 90-second transition. So you do get to lean on the fact that you have 90 seconds to kind of rest and recover before you move on to the next one. Not that there's a ton to go over here. It's more or less just setting the expectation of what you're aiming for. I still think a lot of people see these ranges on the runs or whatever it is, and just assume higher is always better. And that's just not the case. In our programming, it is, everything is very layered, right? And these examples I give, which on the surface may seem like, okay, if I'm not a good runner, I should just pick 150. And although that may be true, if you are a fairly strong runner, that's not the case always, right? And just picking 300 doesn't make it better. Like if you want to aim on something more explosive, you want to aim on something in terms of like a capacity or transitional type of element, the shorter runs paired with a quicker transition, elevated weight, and your ability to ping pong between those two, is going to get you a lot further than, taking 45 more seconds on a run at a lower output and then having to kind of drop your weights a little bit because, again, the run was so long and so fatiguing that you just can't pair them together. So you guys got to think about it a little bit. Like I write all these workouts with the individual in mind. Like, when I go in and do these workouts, again, I literally do them 6 days a week. I'm always kind of finagling them in a way in which I'm trying to work out whatever the modality or the goal is that I'm trying to achieve. Like I write them that way. You guys can do the same thing. It doesn't need to be that the people to the left and to the right of you are doing the exact same thing you are. Now, on paper, it looks like they're right. They're doing the run, they're doing the squats, but you could have two totally different goals when it comes down to approach. So that's like probably the biggest reason why I started making these YouTube videos, is so you guys can get ahead and you can start thinking about how you want to approach the workout so you can get the most out of it for whatever it is you're trying to achieve. And if you're like completely lost and you have absolutely no idea what you're trying to achieve, obviously just showing up is great, but ask a trainer. Like we have meetings for this every single week. We go over expectations and why the workouts are programmed a certain way. You can get more details just by asking one of us. And of course, you can always ask me. I love talking about this stuff, right? Another reason why I make the videos is I just want to give you guys as much information as possible. So you're going to ping pong right now. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, obviously 40 minutes with the 90 seconds in between them. All the runs are pretty much the same. I did want to cover that. Like they don't have to be though. Like if I choose to do a 300 meter run into 10 front squats, when I go to Metcon number 2, I don't have to do a 300 meter run into 10 deadlifts. Like I can change that up a little bit. And that can be predicated on my ability to front squat relative to my ability to do deadlifts. I might be, to be very clear, I am way more comfortable doing deadlifts. And I am way more comfortable with my capabilities transitioning into deadlifts than I am into front squats. Like I just have way more control over it. It's smooth for me. I can move a lot more weight comfortably. It's just not hard for me. Whereas the front squats are significantly more gritty for me. Like I struggle a lot more maintaining a stable trunk. I struggle a lot more getting my breathing back under control when I go into front squats than I do deadlifts. And again, that's a very individual thing, but that's a realistic outlook as like what I would do. Anyways, put some thought into it. This is a workout that can be manipulated. It has flexibility in it, and you can really mold this around whatever it is you are trying to achieve. And if you have questions, again, don't hesitate to let me know. Oh, and to end it, 10 minutes, you have 5-round caps. So just to be clear, I forgot to go over that. Like on number 1, like really all of them, 5 rounds is the most you're going to do. And I don't want you guys thinking like 5 rounds, similar to the 300 meter run, is the best. Like, that's not always the case. Like, you don't have to feel like you have to finish 5 rounds. And I say that because I know a lot of people will see 5 rounds, immediately assume they have to finish, or the expectation is to finish 5 rounds, and then they will make shortcuts or make decisions based off of whatever they think will allow them to finish 5 rounds. And that's just not how I want you to achieve that. I just don't want you doing more volume than the 5 rounds. That's all that is. So I just want to clear that up. So if you got any questions, obviously, just holler to any of us.